What's up, digital me, future me? I was just thinking out loud to myself. I watched a video called Jon Stewart's Ominous Prediction Has Become Our New Reality. TYT Sports. And I was basically just thinking, yeah, I don't know if I'm being kind of swept up in this stuff. Because, I'm more openly using ethnic slurs, which I love, by the way. I think they're funny. But, you know, putting them on the digital record is a little uncouth. Uh, so yeah, I don't know if I'm getting a little caught up in this shit, or it's just because, like I was thinking out loud, it's just because these fucks, these fascist fucks, just keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and they're not getting any pushback. They're not getting opposed, and I'm just getting so full of rage about that the rage is spilling over into that, like I've said, that part of my side that I make videos about it, of my philosophical opinion that you grow up in America, yeah, you're just, unless you want to sit there and lie to yourself, everybody's going to be racist a little bit. It's just a matter of degree. I mean, like I said, there are a lot of people that lie to themselves, but you're just going to have to admit it at some point. And you know, there I go again. Gotta line it up. It's gotta be in between the hats. Hopefully you're just a little wacko like me. The wacko outweighs that bit of racism. And, I'm more on the egalitarian side. You know, just more anti rich people. Basically, it's the best way to put it. That's the most blunt way to put it. I just don't think there's any logical reason why people should be rich, and well, particularly the kind of rich that exists today. That's just insane, obscene, and doesn't make any damn sense when you have something called a society. And that is that is what it is, and it's always pissed me off and not made sense. I make the analogy of I play video games, 4X video games, empire building video games, and I never run an empire that way. I always put as much as possible into science with my empires. As much as possible into science. Never run wars unless somebody starts a war. And then I finish it. I'm never the aggravator. I wait until somebody starts a war with me. I don't really like the conquest thing. So, yeah. Tell you what, that's always the best way to win the war, though. put everything into science. And they start a war, and it's like, well, my shit's better than yours, so you're gonna lose. Uh, it's a bit of a tangent. And I almost put my buildings, my city building stuff into, you know, city enhancing stuff. Libraries for the people, all that sort of stuff. I don't know, I just don't get it. Whatever. Life ain't no video game. So I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that little fake bit of shit. But yeah, it's just aggravating. Now I understand, you know, what are the Democrats? You got nothing, so you got no political recourse for anything, and you know, really, the next election is more than a month off, or more than a year off still. So I don't know if it's possible to do, if it is even possible to do uh, recall elections anywhere. That's up to other people who know the system better than me, but as far as I know, next elections are in a little more than a year. And those are just the midterms. And even if Democrats / independents take back House and Senate, people are kind of forgetting that, you know, yeah, you can impeach and remove, but one, you know, Trump has to be like, okay, I'm leaving, which, yeah, and two, then you got Vance. So are we going to, are we collectively, both the people of America, are we going to like give him a month and try him out? Or are we just going to impeach him right away and give Speaker of the House? I mean, are we going to have a new speaker then? A Democratic speaker? Which then we go to that speaker? I mean, what's going to be? What's going to happen then? You know? Because I would like to know. I would like to know. Yeah, I really would. I really, really, really would like to know what the Democrats are thinking. I would like to know what Schumer's thinking. Is he thinking that we really need to wait because if the House is retaken, then there's going to be a new Speaker of the House, and then we can get rid of Trump and Vance, and Speaker of the House would default to the presidency, and then we can really just like fucking wipe everything clean. Is that what they're thinking? Because clean. At this rate, I don't know. I just don't know the way it's looking now. I mean, it's October 20th, so it still hasn't been 10 months. It's been a shade under 10 months. And this is where we are. Actually, 9 months. Whatever. The point is, it's not a year. 1 year. And this is looking severely fucked up. So, if government opens back up again and the Epstein files are released, and if oh, more Republicans are implicated than Democrats, because this is me thinking here. I'm betting that there's probably both in there, as well as private citizens from around the world in there. And, you know, who's to say Donald Trump? I mean, he may or may not be in there. You know, well, he'll probably be in there because, I mean, he was Epstein's friend, but I mean, in there in terms of, you know, with respect to, you know, raping women or whatever. He's probably, I mean, if there's that many files, he's probably in there. Like, and Donald Trump came in holding a rum and coke. You know, like, well, that's like, okay. I mean, he was on the plane, so like, whatever. That's not like, and Donald Trump came in holding a naked 12-year-old. Like, that is something different than holding a rum and coke. Like, those are two very, very different things. Um, what is that going to do to his presidency, to the Republican Party, to the country, etc.? So, yeah. It's hard for guys to keep their dick in their pants and, you know, straight on course. You know, boy. I mean, especially when there's a whole bunch of hot ladies in the room that just are like, you are very blah, 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 blah. They're showering you compliments and giving you drinks. And it's like, and you don't have your boy sitting next to you going, she don't give a shit about you. Trust me, she don't fucking give a shit about Your wife loves you, and you have kids. When you don't have that boy next to you, bad crap is just barking at your defenses. And I'm not making excuses or anything. I'm just saying, like, these are the guys that go to strip clubs. And afterwards, I'm like, I don't know what I did. He's like, you know what you did, man. You went to a strip club when you were sober. Like, why didn't you just go home? You could have stopped at a liquor store and taken the bottle home. That was an option. You could have even just parked down the block and drank the bottle. Sure. You could have done any number of things. Not done any of that shit and just went home. No. Whatever. Like I said, I don't know what the fuck I'm getting at. I'm probably getting at nothing. I think that's what I'm really getting at. Nothing. Oh well. Where the fuck did I start this? It'll take me a second to backtrack. Um, oh yeah, right. I don't know though. I don't know. I'll just have to wait and see how all this turns out. I also heard it may have been, was it John Titus something other? It may have been him and some other people, but it could have been another video that was just, they were just saying it is going to be, at some point, there's going to be some kind of something that's going to happen. And it's going to explode and stuff. Basically, they were saying essentially something's going to happen like in V for Vendetta. They didn't reference the movie like I am doing right now, but um, if anybody knows the movie, what happened in V for Vendetta is some random cop shot a girl, and that just sparked everything off, like throughout the entire country. I think that's the movie that happened in. But yeah, that just sparked a nationwide protest, basically. Like a big, like it turned like a protest into like a nationwide riot, and fucking hell broke loose from that. It was like a kid in the V for Vendetta, the Guy Fawkes mask and cape and everything. The cop like shot her like kind of accidentally, but still had a gun with live ammo out. So, they kind of were basically saying like ICE is gonna do something fucked up like that. Like, like in front of a crowd, like kill a kid like in front of a fucking crowd or something. Like something that's like so fucked up and so blatantly right in front of everybody. And it's gonna be on camera. And I mean, it's just gonna be so like fucking irrefutable and everything that whatever. Because I mean, there's just like, I mean, there's already, honestly, it's kind of weird because there's already, I mean, how many more videos of ICE being basically fucked up? I mean, some of them don't even have, anything on them that says police or ICE. They just have a thing. They're just wearing stuff that makes them look like police or ICE. And they're just grabbing people. And it's just like, what are bystanders doing? They're just assuming that they're police and ICE. And they're just like videotaping it. I don't get that. I don't really get why you're just like watching them. I mean, you're not even like calling the police. No one's even just like calling the police. They're just like, yeah, I guess that's ICE. Let me film it and be like yelling at them. Like, what are you doing? I just don't get that. That doesn't make any sense to me. But that's what they're doing. I mean, there's not a car there. Not a car there even with cherries and berries. It's like these guys are making no effort sometimes to put on like the air of being official. Not answering questions. I mean, some of them are just like, and it's like, well, you got the license plate. Okay. I mean, whatever. It's just, the other thing is low hanging fruit, too. If they started doing that shit here and in other, like, you know, in other small towns, and they just wherever, you know, and like up in like in small towns in blue states that were rural, I think there would be a lot more pushback. And they wouldn't be able to go in there with like one car with no kind of marking or anything like that, with two guys that were fat as shit, that didn't have any kind of like, no badges, no kind of identifying thing, no warrant. I think the townspeople would be like, what the fuck are you? And what the fuck? And no. And they would pull out their fucking guns and be like, yeah, this is not fucking happening. Because even though it's rural and shit, and it's a blue state and it's a small town, they might be like, yeah, you better come back with a warrant and stuff. Because, yeah. Because before I came out here, I called the fucking sheriff. And you're fucking not going anywhere until the sheriff gets here. People being like, I'm ice, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm Superman. You know? Anyways. Like I said, I think they're really strategically trying to pluck the low hanging fruit first until they get a whole shitload more manpower, more machinery, more blah, and the first round of troopers get more experience and lose some fucking weight. So that the more difficult people, they'll have, like I said, more manpower to deal with the more difficult people, which is the more difficult illegals slash legal undesirables and the just plain undesirables. Meaning the homegrowns that Trump was referencing before. Meaning homegrown, not just criminals, just plain homegrown. Just homegrown undesirables. And I use the word undesirables, specifically because, one, it's just a nice catch-all, and two, because, that's a word that fascists and dictators use fucking all the time. They call them undesirables. You gotta get the undesirables out because whatever. I kind of wonder if some of those detention centers, if some of them are kill centers, personally. I mean, there's a lot in Texas, so I don't know. Some of them might be kill centers already. I don't know. I can't go anywhere because I'm too poor. I mean, frankly, I don't trust if Trump and whoever said, we deported 500,000, I'd be like, yeah, sure you did. It's easier just to kill people. Just to have someone go up to them with a fucking ice pick and ram it through their head one by one. Than to deport them on a fucking jet. And then bury them all somewhere. Yeah. See, people don't want to hear that. Oh, I'm sure they deported them. Yeah, sure. Sure they did. And they probably didn't even catch as many as they say they did. But apprehensions is probably inflated. They're probably everything is probably inflated. Plus, I'm not saying that they're killing people, but it would not surprise me. It just wouldn't. Because a lot of these guys are just playing like, well, we could deport them for $257 a person, or we could kill them for $228 a person. Now let's just kill them. And there you go. You know, even if it's like $20 savings a person. If it was like $100 savings, you know, I mean, think about it. Like they would, think about it. These are business people, right? You elected a businessman. Cost benefit analysis. Hmm? Or I mean, so and JD Vance is an acre trader. They got farms. Throw people on a meat grinder. Fertilizer. I'm just making a case for a very gruesome, grisly alternative to deportation. And the more you think about it, the more maybe these people are fucking. Hey, self-deport. And Soylent Green is people. So, again, it's totally 100% argumentation, whatever. But Trump executes people in the Caribbean. And there's no facts. There's no information. They could stop the boat, detain them, take everything, and show the evidence. And be like, see, there's the drugs. We got the people. We're going to put them on trial. They could do that. He could have done it with every one of them. It's a big ass warship. That little boat is nothing. That little teeny fishing boat or whatever, no chance. No fucking chance. But, you know, so, and if they were indeed smuggling drugs, at least, you know, whether they were smuggling drugs or whether they wanted to make it look like they were smuggling drugs, then they would have been able to be like, see, we have evidence, we have a video footage, we have like this, we have that. It's like, all right, now you got something. You know, there is something. Whatever. Probably the worst part about that is that whole shooting down drug boats in the Caribbean thing. It doesn't even really matter. I mean, they're not really big enough to haul a whole shitload of drugs. And I mean, what drugs are they supposed to be carrying? Like cocaine and heroin? Those aren't like, I mean, are drugs even really, what drugs do we have a problem with? Like fentanyl? So, I mean, it just, I don't know. I don't think drugs is the problem right now. And drugs is not the problem I'm worried about. I can tell you that much. Not even remotely. Anyways, this has gone on too long. Too long of me just talking in boring tone with no energy. I'm just going to pause it and maybe stop it later. I think I got a fart coming on. Yeah, the whole thing about um, there, because all the people I watch point this out. All the people I watch on YouTube do point this out a lot. It's like, you know, MAGA and Republicans. It's 1 second, we're the strongest, we're the best, we have all the power and stuff. Well, we can't. Next second, well, we can't do anything. You know, the Democrats do this, and blah blah blah. And the government shutdown is the greatest thing. Well, we can't do anything because the Democrats have shut down the government. It's just like, okay, so you know. Yeah, let's say, you're the you're the biggest, strongest, most crybaby ass motherfuckers ever. That's what one of the guys I watched says. All right. I don't know what to do with that because they're right. It's like, like they shut down the government. It's like, I mean, we're asking for a ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know really how to respond to that because I guess maybe it's kind of true in a technical sense, but at the same time, you ask for something that's reasonable. I'm still wondering what they're going to do with this Epstein thing. You know, the thing that they've been one one of the things they've been bitching about for I don't know how long, but I want to say years. Which is just another thing that makes me go, I think almost nobody, you know, does nobody want those out? I don't know. Because weren't they calling for those? Weren't Republicans like, "Ooh, we want the Epstein at that time when Biden was in office? They were like, "Ooh, we want the Epstein list." It was called a list at that time. And nothing was coming from it or something. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to anything at that time because Trump wasn't in office and shit wasn't going fucked up. You know, we didn't have ICE running around the country. Everything wasn't turbo fucked. So I wasn't really paying too much attention. Now it's just so totally out of control. So, anyways. Oh boy. I'm a tired person. I'm a tired boy. I need a tired toy. Hmm. Alright, I'm done. Tax him, kneecap him, ball punch him. And boobs. Boobs, boobs.